Welcome back to the third video where we are going to discuss about evaluation. Evaluation is a process that critically examines a program. It involves collecting and analyzing information about a program's activities, characteristics, and outcomes. Its purpose is to make judgments about a program, to improve its effectiveness, and to improve or inform the programming decisions. Evaluation is a systematic process to determine the extent to which objectives are achieved. This means that formulating objectives in clear terms is an important prerequisite, as that will spell out what to evaluate. Some e-learning courses include a final assessment of learners and some interspersed assessments throughout the course. Assessments can vary. They can consist of a set of questions and or be an evaluation of learners' final assignments made by the instructor. The last session of an online course usually includes the completion of an evaluation survey that provides course designers and facilitators with feedback from participants. This is a very useful step as it allows designers to improve the course over the time. It also gives participants the feeling that designers are interested in making the course more effective. Evaluation procedures are selected in terms of the purposes to be served. The question raised here should not be should this procedure be used, rather when this procedure be used, because a particular procedure is suitable for certain purposes and might be inappropriate for others. A variety of procedures are needed for evaluation. Different types of test, self-report techniques, and observations are some of the available procedures. Appropriate procedures are to be used depending on the nature of objectives for ensuing comprehensive evaluation. Knowledge of limitations as well as strength of different evaluation procedures is needed for their proper use. A teacher or trainer should develop skills in minimizing errors in evaluation by being able to design and use different procedures appropriately. Evaluation is a means to an end and not an end in itself. Evaluation has to be looked upon as a process of obtaining reliable information upon which to base educational decisions. It is not the end of the teaching learning process. Every MOOC consists of a series of learning activities that can be scheduled on a weekly or daily basis. Learning activities may include self-study as well as a range of individual and collaborative activities such as readings, watching, and self-study, which can include different types of content such as simple learning resources, videos and audio content, and interactive e-lessons. Individual assignments and collaborative project works, wherein the facilitator asks learners to conduct project work or an assignment either in a group or individually. Learners also may be asked to comment on each other's assignments. An assignment should be well structured and followed by a discussion on the strategies used to complete it. Learners can also comment and exchange ideas about course activities or contribute to group learning by sharing their knowledge about a specific domain. Learners can also ask specific questions to the facilitator. Discussions can be initiated by the online facilitator, where the facilitator can ask learners coming from different organizations or contexts or backgrounds to bring concrete examples of how the concepts learned during the course apply to their specific situations. Spontaneous discussions can be initiated by participants. It is important that the system track conversations so that online facilitators can review them afterwards and evaluate participants' involvement in the due course. Evaluation can encompass four levels. learners' reactions, learning, behavior, and results. Evaluating learners' reactions means understanding how those who participate in the program react to it, if they participated actively, and if they like the course. This can be measured through questionnaires and surveys, which are usually submitted to learners at the end of the course. In facilitated e-learning, learners' participation is monitored by the facilitator throughout the course period. Evaluation of learning measures the achievement of intended learning objectives. Depending on the type of course, this can imply that participants have increased knowledge, developed skills, and/or changed attitudes as a result of attending the course. Learning can be assessed through direct observation, assignments, and tests. It is very important It is very important that assessment is aligned with learning objectives. That is what it measures the expected outcomes set in the design stage. Evaluating behavior means understanding the extent to which participants' behavior has changed because of the training program. For example, if they use the acquired knowledge and skills on the job or in other practical situations. This can be done by observing learners' performance on the job. Finally, evaluating result consists of identifying the final result that occurred in the due course because the participants attended the program. The final results can include increased production, improved quality, decreased cost, and other things. According to the type of learning objectives, different methods can be used to evaluate learning. Change in attitudes and development of relational skills can be measured through interviews, surveys, or direct observation of participants' behavior. Thinking and cognitive skills can be measured through assessment tests. Assessment tests can consist of sets of questions or assignments designed to verify the achievement of a specific objective or the mastery of a given skill. Assessment tests can be used for different purposes like prerequisite test, pre-assessment test, diagnostic test, post-assessment test, certification test, etc. Knowledge, comprehension, application, analysis, synthesis, and evaluation. Bloom's taxonomy underwent a review at the beginning of the 21st century and emerged with a new title, A Taxonomy for Teaching, Learning and Assessment. The new title was significant because it moves away slightly from Bloom's original idea of educational objectives. This new model was aimed towards a more dynamic idea of classification which included testing, instruction, and assessment. Include remembering, understanding, applying, analyzing, evaluating, and creating. Bloom's taxonomy is definitely a power tool for any educator at any level. Digital Bloom's taxonomy was developed by Andrew Churches. This new digital taxonomy mashes the digital tasks like podcasting, blogging, networking, hacking, bookmarking, social media sharing, etc. with the Benjamin Bloom's taxonomy, and it results as Bloom's digital taxonomy. It promotes technology in learning, or rather technology infused learning. The communication spectrum to the right lists the most common digital communication channels. Platforms like Facebook and Pinterest bear analysis when looking at exactly how we communicate, while some of the activities help demonstrate the potential of properly designed technology-based learning activities. Evaluating makes judgments based on criteria and standards through checking and critiquing. In today's digital era, following methods can be used for evaluation purpose: blog or blog commenting and reflecting, posting, moderating, collaborating and networking, alpha and beta testing, and validating the data. Evaluation is justifying a decision, solution, answer, or course of action through checking, hypothesizing, critiquing, experimenting, judging, testing, monitoring, commenting and reviewing, posting, moderating, etc., which are the different modes through which evaluation can be done in the digital era. After refreshing our knowledge about evaluation and the latest Bloom's digital taxonomy, in the next video, we will discuss formative and summative assessments. Till then, keep learning.